Morning. I don't know where we'll go with this one. I'm thinking of a woodland scene with a stream, rather like areas of my river wander and local park, Beddington Park. Walked through it yesterday on the way to a train station. So I'll start by, I'll have a high horizon, or probably, no, I might even do away with the sky. I might have been at the top, not sure. But I think I'm just going to put in some bit of reflection through the woody glade. This is going to be sort of an abstract. I've done a similar one when I first started to try these abstract. I was watching Charles Wolfe yesterday, his latest creation called Coral. Very interesting painting. It looks as though the solid part of the painting was floating, and I thought it was really nice. So have a look at his channel. He's good. Impulsive Artistry by Charles Wolfe. I've mentioned him on many of my videos and given links to his channel, but in case I forget to do so, just remember, good abstract painter, young painter making his way. Right, okay, I've added to my palette some Viridian. Well, I use Viridian anyway with the credit, but I've added a cerulean because I like that mixed with the greens or with yellows to make lovely green. So we'll just put in some. I've not sprayed the paper. You just make the paint flow a bit better. Just to get a background in, and a bit of shadow in there. Sort of a Monet type of, although please don't think I liken my daubs to those of Monet, but the Impressionists are still much loved, as they should be. This has a nice bright colours. Try to keep away from the centre, putting your focus in the centre. It divides the painting in half. Remember the golden section, third in, third up. We'll just put a bit of light. So let's get some nice vibrant greens and some reflections through the middle of this. It's a lovely day. It was a lovely day yesterday. We went out with friends up into town, London, from the station nearest to there. That's why we walked through the park to a station called Hackbridge. It's only half a dozen stops to Victoria or to Blackfriars, but the Blackfriars train was cancelled. We were going to go to the Sky Garden, I think it's Fenchurch Street, in the City of London. A fantastic building. It's about 32 stories high, with another 3 or 4 stories as an atrium with coffee lounges and so on the top, with a sort of domed or spherical roof with marvellous views over London. But London at that time of day was more or less obliterated by cloud and rain. But a lovely experience. Unfortunately, there was a security alert and we all had to leave via the stairs. So imagine walking down 32 flights of stairs, or floors of stairs. I looked down the stairwell, the narrow stairwell, and you couldn't see the bottom. But we got down, none the worse for wear. Probably best exercise some of us have had for a long time. So just put this on. I'm just going to give them another spray. Trying to get the spray really fine, a fine mist, just so that the paint moves across the paint. It's a piece of watercolour paper, probably Bockingford, that I've primed with some PVA glue, diluted somewhat, and I've added a bit of burnt sienna to the primer. So the reason is, if you don't, you can paint straight onto the paper, but it will absorb all your paint, and it will make it very difficult to spread. So that's why I prime it. It gives it a bit of a waterproof surface. I do both sides, but it's a little bit bouncy. But if this works out to be anywhere near reasonable, I can always mount it on a piece of hardboard, stick it so it becomes like a canvas, and it will go in a frame that doesn't need glass, because I'll put a couple of coats of varnish on. Right, so we want some reds in there now, some darker reds, so a bit of blue in, so give it a bit of shadow to the banks of this stream, a bit of reflection. The shadow. I use a very limited palette, as you know. Watercolours, probably five colours in any one painting, and the acrylic palette is a couple more. I probably won't use, but I might use black. I don't know. I like black. But I want to put some detail in this, but just to indicate maybe some trees. Oh, I don't know. Really, just the centre of this stream. So let's put in as if it's reflecting the sky. Get the colours of reflections. Just get that over. It's a sort of a drainage stitch, but it was quite liquid after all the rain we've had this week. No, just catching the line. As we come down to our feet, we'll widen it up a little bit, but keep it on one side, the weight of it on one side. As it trickles down, on its way to Carshalton Ponds. Is it Carshalton? No, it misses out that. We cycle a lot in this area a lot. Right, okay, let's put in some almost. Oh no, it's too obvious. Let's just moderate it with a green. I mean, you can keep doing this sort of things till the cows come home, as we say in England. Dark. I'm going to put some more darks in to concentrate the light in the stream. I'm using my inch varnish brushes at the moment. Just this old Chinese brush, as you ask me. Let's expand a little bit. But it will go flat on a piece of hardboard with some glue, and I'll just press it with a block of MDF or something. Okay, I haven't got a vision for this yet, so I was just working at it. Let's just get this in the. You can spend a lot of time doing this, but I get bored quite quickly, and I like to get these things done in about half an hour. I've got to make more of this cerulean. So if I mix a bit of it with some white, I can't show you my palette because the camera won't allow it. You need two cameras to really do that sort of thing. So this is the sky just reflecting in that distance, and the bigger, nearer we come, the larger the sparkle. And we just build up these small strokes with the edge of the brush. I'll make those a little bit, well, I don't know. If it looks alright, then you can say it is alright. We're not painting a graphic design. I'm trying to get away from copying exact stuff. I spent years doing it. I'm now trying to produce my own language, my own artwork, rather than being inspired by a photograph that someone else has taken or one of mine. Alright, now, so we can put some nice grasses catching light. I'm using the cadmium yellow, the cerulean, just a bit of sun dapple, just flick up a bit. A bit more pure colour. Oh, that has bounced up. Maybe it wasn't as waterproof as I thought. I'll put a path along there with ochre. Yeah, we can do that, but put a bit of ochre and a bit of red. I squeezed out some orange and I haven't used it yet. Squeeze out some more. So ochre and cadmium red are good colours to mix. Warm sort of going off up there. I'll come back with a bit of grass. That's lovely. Just a bit of cerulean with a cadmium yellow. We'll put some darker grass in there to show a bit of shadow in between the clumps. Which reminds me I've got to cut my grass later on. With all this rain, it's like a meadow. And we'll put oranges and stuff in this just to complement. Right, well that's looking interesting. We'll get some darker purpley stuff in there now. Shadow. Not sure, I won't put any trees in. This is just a small bit of ground really. I don't know why that's expanded, it's this water. And because I've taped around the edges, the paper's pushing out, instead of expanding laterally, it's just expanding inwards. That's better. You can get some more fluid spread of the paint. The red's in there. A bit of the spring. We have had a lovely week after a very cold start to spring. Let's get this in there. Bit of ultramarine going in there. banking. Imagine how long Monet took to do his lilies, Giverny. Just obliterate some of that. Right, something's starting to happen, apart from the paper expanding. Right. I can leave a message. Just a web of colour. But if you want things to look bright, you've got to paint dark around them. Now this would be in sort of the shadowy area, we're going into the light in the distance, so let's carry on with that sort of theme. Takes a while doing all these dots, doesn't it? I'll just darken that cerulean with a bit of red. Just enough so that the cerulean still shows through, but it's got a different character. Oh, got a bit of white on the ferrule. Right, now we're looking at the shadow at our feet now. Where the path is. Right there. I did some paintings like this a long time ago in acrylic of Eastbourne, looking from Bexhill towards Eastbourne with Pevensey Bay in the middle, Norman's Bay in the middle, where William the Conqueror landed in 1066. And I did it so closely toned that you could hardly discern one, like the distant hills and Beachy Head, from the rest of the landscape. And I really enjoyed doing those, but you do get fed up with dotting. And I think Surratt, when he did all his pointillist pictures, I think he gave up in it because it was taking so long to colour mixing on, or optical mixing on the canvas. But we're not going to spend anywhere near that sort of time on this one. Right, now we've got to do some stuff there now. There are some colour patches of sundapple. You can almost do away with the virgin with this. It's mixing so well with the yellow, the cadmium yellow, or You could use lemon yellow. There's what was on my palette really at the time, so this is the grass. Let's just flick it up a little bit. Some semblance of reality. Lots of sort of primary colours, secondary, but I don't want any, I want to avoid dullness in this. Yeah, so there. You're using a red underpainting, or burnt sienna anyway. It gives a warmth underneath the painting which shows through. You don't need to cover it all up. Right, so let's reinstate that path a little bit, but darker than that I think. So a bit of the old burnt sienna in there. This is sort of a, not a muddy path, well it could be a muddy path, just along here, going off into the distance. Okay, clean brush. Now we'll get some lovely light cerulean, plenty of white, and just disappearing into the distance there. Coming over that way. And we go over with our bikes bridge. I'll add some other colours reflecting in there. Right, now we want to fill in some gaps, like there, with some darker green, so a bit of red, a bit of viridian, a bit of ultra. Could have done this with the cerulean and, let's say on red. I will do that with my next brush load. Okay, cerulean and a bit of red. Get these dark notes in before we finish with some really good strokes of light. Not the dark here, but I think my greatest contrast would be up there with the lightest lights. Shadows alternating with sun apple is the right idea, I think. That's where we're going. A bit of red in there. Complement the greens. Just that ordinary cadmium red, there's not too much of it. Just enough to give a bit of sparkle, a bit of orange. Sunlight. leaning back. Right, now we'll go for some real good light at the top, light green. I'll clean my palette for that, so I'll get with me. So a little bit of a scrape. So we haven't used a lot of white, so what do we know? So I'm using cadmium yellow medium. This isn't the cheap one, this is the dear one. That's the lemon yellow, that's the £1.50 for 200 mils. Now look, it's a bit of black. That was on the nozzle, when it dried. It's plastic. That's what acrylic is. Right, okay, back to our colours. Right, now some really brilliant yellow, so cerulean, bit of that yellow and a chunk of white. Let's just up the top here. So pity that is a bit lumpy, but when I dry it with a hairdryer, it should moderate. Just this dark, with just these bits of light catching some sunlight. Just a nice chunk of white with that green. Well, coming across here, this would be very shallow. Arthur Madison's a great artist doing this sort of thing. I've mentioned him lots of times. But he started off doing this with smaller strokes, beautiful, but I think he got fed up with all the time it took. So he got more bold as he is now. He's my age. I think he lives in Ireland now. Just cover that up a little bit. And we've put some greens in the water to show little bits of light reflecting off the leaves above. Right, I'm quite happy with that. It's a demonstration of stippling. I think my bolt of my easel was worn out. No matter. I can put a couple of washers under the screw. Oh, go up. That's it. Right, let's just clip it. So it's a piece of abstract art. I suppose we could have some bits of branch. What would be a good colour for that? Bit of white, bit of burnt umber. No, that's not going to register, is it? This is a bit of ochre. A bit of black. Just to show some fallen twigs. the only detail in it really. Okay, we're going to let that go. That's we're going to cut the lawn now. Right, I'll bring you round. You can have a look. So, through my local park yesterday, just this stream after very, very heavy rain, about an inch of rain overnight, and this is a sort of a gully, a muddy gully. So I've tried to create an impression of light shining through the trees above. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Oh, don't forget we've got this path showing through here. It looks okay on the screen. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.